Hello, I'm Kenneth Igbomo, and on today's episode of Focus On, I'll be taking you to the bustling 21 Rue de la Paix in Paris, where Zenith Bank officially opened its new European hub. This move is a bold step for the Nigerian lender as it expands its footprint into the EU. It all began last year with an MOU signed with the French government to make this dream a reality. Stick with me as we explore what this milestone means for Zenith Bank and its growing presence on the global stage.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. The chairman and founder of Zenith Bank, my friend, my brother, Mr. Jimovia, the group CEO, Dame Adora Umeochi, all the board members of Zenith Bank here present, as well as, of course, the executives, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor, it's my pleasure to perform the historic task of cutting the tape to open the Paris branch of Zenith Bank, one of the largest banks in Nigeria, one of the top brands, not just in Nigeria, not just in the region, but in Africa as a whole, and well on the way to being an international brand. So, to the glory of God and the benefit of all the stakeholders, I declare Zenith Bank Paris open.
Zenith Bank's Group Managing Director and CEO Adara Umeochi shares her thoughts on the importance of this remarkable achievement.
I want to especially start by appreciating the ACPRA for their support throughout the process of our license acquisition. I want to also appreciate the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Prudential Regulatory Authority PRA of the UK, the Nigerian and French government, our most customers around the world, most loyal customers, as well as those that are instrumental to actually making us have this foresight today to come here, because without their support, we will not be in Paris today. The opening of this Paris branch is part of the broad strategy of the bank to extend its footprint across the major global financial centers and our efforts at following our customers' businesses. I'm particularly grateful to our founder and chairman, Dr. Jimovia, CFR, for the inspiration and vision to set up this award-winning company, which has transformed to break boundaries. And we really appreciate your visionary leadership, and we'll continue to appreciate you, sir. Zenith Bank was established 34 years ago and was built on the tripod of people, technology, and service. Through these three pillars, we have distinguished ourselves in the banking landscape with unique customer experience and sound financial indices. We have subsidiaries in many African countries, and the UK as one of the places where we have presence, as well as China and Dubai. Zenith Bank's expansion into France is a very strategic move, as Nigeria accounts for 20% of France's trade with Sub-Saharan Africa, according to the Franco-Nigerian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I am delighted to inform you that the Paris branch will provide services under three main segments, namely corporate banking, trade businesses, and treasury services. Having successfully established our franchise in part of Anglophone Africa, we will leverage Zenith Bank Paris operation to penetrate the Francophone market, starting from Ivory Coast and Cameroon, where we will be establishing our subsidiaries very soon. Paris is a major business hub for its innovation, and it's home for Fortune 500 companies. Zenith Bank Paris presents an excellent opportunity to replicate our premium banking services across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being part of this historic moment by honoring us with your presence. We have opened in Paris, the city of light. With your continuous support, we will shine the Zenith light across the globe. Thank you very much, and merci beaucoup, bienvenue. Thank you.
As Zenith Bank marks this significant milestone, warm congratulations have been pouring in from the government and prominent business leaders across Nigeria.
First of all, I obviously want to congratulate Zenith Bank for this opening ceremony and for this decision to invest in Paris, which is obviously very welcome. This inauguration is somehow the end of the story that began 1 year ago when the former Foreign Trade Minister, Mr. Olivier Becht, met you, Mr. Chairman, in Nigeria, and you signed an MOU that somehow was the first step in the long process that led us to the inauguration of this branch in Paris.
Existing protocols, I cannot but recognize the founder and the chairman of Zenith Bank PLC. Since 1990, he has been leading the charge, breaking bounds, and delivering an example, not just of corporate governance, not just of technology, but of excellence. Mr. Jim Ovia, Dr. Jim Ovia, this is your day. And by extension, the Group Managing Director of Zenith, and indeed all the executives and even indeed the non-executive directors of Zenith. We congratulate ourselves, we congratulate Zenith in particular, and of course we thank the authorities in France for seeing fit to grant a license, a banking license to Zenith.
I want to congratulate you for making this shirt by opening this bank here in Paris. And I think this will actually expand the scope of your revenues, of your profitability. And I have no doubt, the way that I know Zenith Bank, Nigeria will actually be contributing less than what they will be making outside Nigeria. This bank, I think, will actually give them more access to, funding, where they can use the balance sheet of these banks out here to fund some of our projects in Nigeria. Because I can guarantee you, without the likes of Zenith Bank and other Nigerian banks, we as a group, there's no way we would have actually even dreamed of being where we are today. So I want to thank you for giving us all the support. And I think the way that we are going right now with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic rejuvenation of the economy, we will definitely be able to do much, much bigger projects, because there's no country that can grow without a very strong banking sector.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My big brother, Dr. Jim Ovia, the founder, Zenith Bank, chairman, Zenith Bank. Monsieur Director General, the Treasury, Monsieur Dumont, men of timber, caliber, sugar, cement, petroleum, and other spheres of economic activity that make us proud in Nigeria. The Group Managing Director, Zenith Bank, her predecessor in office, the many directors of Zenith Bank in the UK and in Nigeria who are here present, and several customers who have joined you on this historic occasion. 15 years ago, Dr. Jim Ovia, then as CEO Zenith Bank, welcomed me as CEO Access Bank into the UK to join him and other banks that had blazed the trail in opening banking businesses in the UK. 15 years later, to the glory of God, your young brother in banking welcomes you to Paris. With pride. on the significance of this occasion. What the French economy and people are about to witness is what the UK is enjoying.
The celebration of Zenith Bank's entry into Europe continued with a stylish evening at the Ritz Hotel. The elegant Salon Vendôme was the perfect setting for a night filled with great music and good vibes. As the evening wraps up, guests take a moment to share their congratulatory messages to Zenith Bank. The celebration feels even more special as it coincides with the state visit of Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which adds an extra layer of significance to the occasion.
Very, very important, and it is an important, I think, move by Zenith Bank. And I've had no doubt, that Zenith Bank, will do even better, even more. So we're really glad and happy that we're here in terms of opening this bank. And it is going to go a long way, in trying to strengthen the relationship, in fact, between France and Nigeria. As we all know, Zenith Bank is one of the stronger banks, not only in Nigeria, but in Africa. So for them to be here, I think will afford us the opportunity. And if I say us, I mean, businesses in Nigeria will afford us the opportunity, to have more access to funding.
This is very significant for the bank, because after being established in the UK for 17 years, opening up in Paris is going to give us opportunities, especially across Francophone Africa.
Yeah, well, that's first of all, I need to congratulate Zenith Bank for taking that step at the right time. I think it's the right time. Well, the world is all globalization, you understand? And part of Africa is to show the world that we have the capacity to exceed the expectations.
And that's it from Paris, where Zenith Bank has made a bold leap onto the European stage, marking a new era for global ambition. I'm Kenneth Igbomo, and thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more stories of African excellence shaping the world.